Good afternoon. Back here, beautiful Southline, Michigan. Picked up some tomato cages that were on clearance at the local hardware shop. Probably not going to be able to use them. I'll save them for next year because there's no way to get these on the tomatoes that we have right now. I was looking at it, but just it's not going to happen. What I want to show you, so we had some issues with the the squash bug, and so I threw some diatomaceous earth down on the leaves. Essentially what it does is, one, the squash bug won't lie there and drop any eggs on it because of the diatomaceous earth. What it does to insects, it dries them out, basically just like kills them by dehydration. And then any eggs that are dropped on here or were on here previous to me kind of just spraying this on here will shrivel up, will not hatch, and they will have the life sucked out of them, kind of like a grape being turned into a raisin. They will not hatch, so that's a good thing. The only thing bad about the diatomaceous earth that you have to watch out for is the plants cannot convert sun to energy. Photosynthesis does not occur because you're basically blocking out the leaves and making them opaque, and they can't accept sunlight. So what I'll do is I'll leave it on for a few days. I'll water, kind of get it off there, let it go for a few days, inspect the leaves again, and if I still see that I'm having some issues, I'll definitely kind of reapply it until they get cleaned up. Over here, our zucchini, I wish they were looking better. I gotta tell you, wish they were looking better. Got quite a few out of there, but I've got this plant's turning, and I got to figure out what's wrong with it. Any of you guys have any clue? I'm going to look it up anyway, but it's got some kind of blight or some sort. So I'm going to have to do a little research, take care of that. Again, this whole gardening thing for me, even though it's our third, fourth year, this is all a learning experience, and I get better over time, and so does my buddy John. Got a zucchini plant over there that's it's dead. It's gonna have to come up. The fruit on it is about ready to rot, so I'll show you that. And it only bared one fruit. The lucky thing is that when I got them in the package, they were right next to each other. Somehow they got planted next to each other, but somehow, meaning I did it. If you can see, nice and squishy. This is not going to be growing any further than this, so I'm probably gonna yank it out of the ground today. So what else do we have going on? This squash plant is looking really good, but that fruit has not grown one bit, or that vegetable has not grown one bit. This one looking excellent. Our Italian tomatoes looking great. I mean, they are just coming along, getting huge. Some real heirloom tomatoes, just doing awesome. And as you can see, our black cherries are doing phenomenal. I mean, they are just gorgeous, getting big. They're going to start turning as well. I think actually I have one that is starting to turn in here. Thought I did. Maybe not. All right. Moving on. Same thing here. The black cherries. Got two of them. And then, oh, look at this. So in this video, obviously, I just want to showcase some of the stuff that's going on, what's growing, what's not, so you can start seeing. Our burpless cucumbers, or as people call them, or English cucumbers, look really good. Probably going to give that another day or two, give it a good watering, then yank that thing off. Same thing over here, got some other growth too as well. Zucchinis, doing really well. This plant seems to be doing fairly well, along with this one and the one next to it, pretty much just flourishing. More English cucumbers, the seedless variations. Let me see. Yeah, I showed some of you guys this. I think I did a video on this the other day about it, but just wanted to take a look. Oh, look. And as I like to call these guys, the chubby pickles, because they just grow short and fat. That sucker can come off. At some point I'm going to do a video about pickling. Oh, look at all that. That is awesome. I'll do a video on pickling. We'll see how it goes. Probably be pretty quick. But there's another one. Look at that short little stubby guy. And I strung some of these up. Probably a little late to do that, but we'll see how it works. Since I have a lot of pickles going on, I'm going to see how this actually does being put up in the air like that, even though naturally they can grow like that. Same variety of pickle. Little chubs. Oh, there's a good one right there. That one's got to come off. Doing really good. But got to do some weeding over here too. Our beans doing awesome as well. A lot of buds and a lot of beans on there too. Got to start pulling those off. This one's a little bit bigger, but I definitely could eat that. You want to pull these off around this size or just maybe a little bit bigger. Let me get the focus in on that. Or a little bit bigger, because if you don't, then the bean inside starts to get a lot bigger and pretty fibrous. So they're not as good. So average size is just a little bit bigger than that. You probably do awesome. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I got some indigestion or something going on. But peppers. Got our green peppers going here. Those look good. For some reason the peppers like a very humid air, at least in my experience, and they do horrible here for some reason. I have never succeeded in growing peppers in a garden ever in Michigan. I'm sure it's done all the time, but I completely fail at it. And then, oh, I just saw something really cool I want to show you guys. The pear pepper. I'm sorry, pear tomato. Yellow pear tomato. Look at that. Look at that guy. Get out of the way. Look at that. That is awesome. Give that another day, I'll pull that off. Those are the best. Everyone loves those. And early girls, always doing well. Bunching, have no issues with the tomatoes themselves. They're grouping really well, not getting bruised, not, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Look at that. Look at that bastard right there. That is a beetle, and it is eating our leaves, as you can see. Let's see if I can get a close up on that. Look at that ass. He is causing issues, and you can actually hear it. But I am going to get him, pull him off, and stomp him into oblivion. There he is on the ground. Let's take a look at him. Come on, I didn't lose him. Where'd he go? There he is. So he's going to feign dead at the moment. I do not want to have any of these guys alive in my garden. So I will save you the gory details, but he is dust. Sorry, dude. That's what you get for eating my tomatoes. What else we got? Gotta do some pruning, as you can see. Got some, still have some issues with fungus on these branches. Got to keep up on my pruning duties, but I haven't been, so after I close down the video I'll get to that. And what else we got going on? Oh, look, some Samarzanos, and these are looking really good. Look at that, starting to turn. Man, cannot wait. Cannot wait to start picking these. It is going to be a pain in the butt, but I cannot wait. And as I showed you guys the other day too, if I'm not mistaken, or in a video previous to this, our Sweet 100s coming along. I pulled the first two off yesterday and gave them to the wife. Hopefully she enjoys them. That looks awesome. Look at that. All right. Go take a peek at our pumpkins, see how they're doing real quick. See if we can get some shots or some inklings of life here to get some pumpkins. Oh, look, yep, see them. See it, I see it. There you are. Look at that. There we go. That's going to be our first pumpkin, guys. That is awesome. See if we got any more. Should be some up closer, but I do not see any. I see a lot of bulbs starting. A lot of bloomage, but some death, but I don't really see anything else at the moment. Huh, that's interesting. I know I don't talk a lot about, oh look, more pumpkins. This was the plant that was just here. We did not plant this. Like I said, my buddy John threw his pumpkins away last year up in the field to recycle them, and apparently one of them took, and here we go. Look at that. That was awesome too. And last but not least, we'll close with our bees. Take a peek at what's going on here. I just watered them a couple days ago, or gave them water a couple days ago. We'll close by, listen to that. It's like beautiful music. These girls are so cool. I'll do a video dedicated to just my bees. Maybe just set it up, let it run, and you guys can take a peek at it. Put maybe a little slow-mo in here. I'll explain a little bit about what they're doing too as well. Their fanning techniques, what they're doing out in front, and why it is I'm not being stung. So I'll follow up with that, and we'll see what's going on.